I haven't done a post-rotation Mewtwo and Mew deck yet, so with Champion's Path now available, I figured now would be the best time to actually check it out. The only new card from Champion's Path is Incineroar V, and to be honest, I'm not quite sold on it yet. It's basically a replacement for the Solgaleo GX we lost to rotation, just a much worse version of it. And since Mewtwo can't copy V Pokemon, you'll have to put 3 energy on this Incineroar V to even use it, but the attack might be worth it in the long run. Not only does Grand Flame do 90 damage, but you also get to attach up to 2 fire energy from your discard to one of your bench Pokemon, which can be really good because this deck can go through energy really quick. The problem is that the attack cost is 3 with the Solgaleo GX it was 2, so it's not amazing that it's 3. You have to attach to this, it only does 90 damage. Still, this is a new weapon potentially at Mewtwo and Mew's disposal. And I want to see if it's truly worth including in your list or if it's something you should just keep in your collection. And I can't remember what I cut to put it in here. I think it was the Gengar Mimikyu. But obviously I had to cut something to put it in there. And as I've been testing it, I noticed that I have a lot of V Pokemon in the deck and very few GX. So it can be kind of tough getting Mewtwo and Mew to get the right attack at the right time. But let's see what happens here. And before I forget, I will cut over to Champion's Path packs. I have 10 packs and I'll open them right now. Alright, so here we are, 10 Champion's Path packs. You'll see I have a bunch of other packs. That's for later. That's for the 500 pack opening that I'll be doing in the future. And I didn't want to do a full video on Champion's Path just because the packs cost quite a bit. And I don't really want to spend all my packs just to get Champion's Path just to pull nothing. And the reason that I have a trade locked version is that you got 3 packs from the newsletter. I'll try and remember to put a link to the free PTCGO codes video that I made, but yeah, in the newsletter, for some reason, they included 3 packs of Champion's Path, which is amazing. So some of the cards won't show up as new, and there's a full art Dreadnought V, that's amazing. I think it's going for about 5 packs right now. The VMAX is about 11 or 12. So that's pretty good, and I will be building a Dreadnought VMAX deck and a Wailord V deck for sure. Whether or not they're actually good, and come on, I don't want this freaking Obstagoon, I want something better. And I did pull a Rainbow Rare Gardevoir VMAX in my very first pack, which was great. And there's the Hatterene, okay. And if you're noticing the trainers, pretty much all the trainers in the set, Team Yellowgrunt, Rotom Bike, those are all just reprints. So Champion's Path brought, I think, what, two new supporters? 2 new trainers? Hey, Galarian Cursula, it's also not great. If you watched my preview, I didn't have that many good things to say about it. But, you know, there's only 73 cards in the set before Secret Rares, so the odds that you get something from packs is really good. And there's the Machamp that isn't good. But there's only 73 cards. Every rare is at least a holo, so at least you'll get something shiny from the packs. But I really want a Wailord V. That's the big card right here. And there's just the holo research. But Wailord V is definitely the best card right now. In real life, it's the Charizard. On here, it's probably Wailord V. Hey, I'll take a Gardevoir V to go with my VMAX. And yeah, there's the Rainbow Rare Guardy. There's the regular one, so I'm still not sold on it. I don't know if I'll build the deck, but we'll see. And there's an Altaria. That's pretty good. That's going for 3 packs right now. I'm going to be building a deck with that as well, so that's pretty good. And for the final Champion's Path pack, give me something good. I spent a lot to get these, and it's just a Zygarde. That was a bit of a letdown. Don't get Champion's Path packs expecting to make a profit because I just got a huge loss. Anyway, let's go to the Mewtwo gameplay. Alright, so I lost the coin flip, but they decided to go first, and this is pretty much everything you could hope for as long as this turns into a Welder. So I'm guessing this is Eternatus, and the question becomes, do I just attach the fire energy, Hearth, and then Cherish Ball for something I can use like Incineroar, and then do I Cherish Ball for a Dedenne? Oh, that could change some. Okay, so this is not Eternatus, this is a mirror match, and this is unfortunate. So in the mirror match, what do I do? Because Oh, they're playing Dragapult. Well, this is horrible because that's what I cut. I cut the Jirachi. Well, that's something I should not have done, is I should not have cut the Jirachi. That was a big mistake. But they can't knock me out, which is a good thing, I guess. Well, let's start thinning. So how lucky do I think I'm going to be here? I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. So I think, sure, let's get rid of this one, so at least I can take a knockout if I get what I need. And so I will definitely attach. Okay, I have played some test games with this deck, but I was not expecting to face Dragapult today of all decks. I think I have to Pokégear first, and if I get Welder, okay, that's a boss's. Not that I can really do anything with it, so I think that informs my decision. I will go get a Dedenne. I'll put the Hearth down. I will unfortunately lose 2 energy, but I can Hearth away anything I don't need to get 2 energy, and then 100% I'm going to get a Welder. And there you go. Oh, man. Okay. I can Crushing Punch. That's good. The bad news is that they can easily knock out this Mewtwo and Mew. There's a Zigzagoon. That is not great. So Crushing Punch, this was not a great turn for me. And there's Great Catcher, so I can knock out the Dedenne. The problem is, knocking out Dedennes is not as easy as you might think with this deck. I would need Reshiram and Charizard, as I learned the painful way. You need Reshiram and Charizard, because the Charizard-GX, that does and they're taking a knockout if they get it. Uh-oh. That's why you play Big Charm. But the Reshiram and Charizard, you need that to take the knockout, because Flare Strike does 230. The Charizard-GX does 140, Incineroar does 130. And there's, please tell me you don't got it. Don't tell me I get knocked out with a Big Charm in my hand. Oh, wait, doesn't that do it? Yep, that takes the knockout. Okay. Yep, I got knocked out with a Big Charm in my hand. That's amazing. Okay. So if I could get something good, that is perfect. Thank you. So what do I do here? I think I Cherish Ball for the... Because I need Mewtwo and Mew, and I need Dedenne. So I'll get Mewtwo and Mew. I can't bosses, because if I bosses, then I can't Welder. So that is unfortunate. But I'll get Dedenne, and then is Crobat in the deck? Crobat's in the deck, so is Incineroar, but not quite sure how good Incineroar is going to be right here. And how much energy is in my discard anyway? 5. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So at this point, I can do some things. I don't have enough energy, though. So I could use Nasty Goo Mix, but that doesn't seem great. Could use Outrage, could use that. I have the Incineroar in the discard, so it's... Do I want to use Outrage, or do I want to use... well, yeah, I mean, Outrage or Nasty Goo Mix. Let's go with that. Maybe I get a Reset Stamp or something. Okay, so I will ditch the Muk Alolan Muk. And I don't want to waste Eldegoss, so hopefully this is a Welder. That is a Welder. Awesome. So if I can get an energy off this Welder, things are great. If I can't, things are not great. Perfect. Okay, so I can do that. I will Crushing Punch. I do have the Big Charm, so as long as I don't have a Tool Scrapper, things should be fine. And there's Crushing Punch. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And then hopefully Crushing Punch takes effect before Horror Psychic Energy, and it does. Awesome. Okay. So they need a lot of things to go right to take this knockout, but I mean, they can pretty easily take this knockout. You know, I cut the Jirachi to make room for the Incineroar V. The Incineroar V is not doing great for me. Oh, geez. And, they got rid of the Fire Energy. I think they're counting Fire Energy at this point, because there's 10 in the deck, and I have 6 in the discard. So I have 3 left, so Incineroar V can't really come into play here, because if I use Incineroar V, what am I supposed to do? Because that would just be a headache. That's if I have all my energy. So things are not going great, but as long as the heart stays in play, as long as I still have my hand, I can make some things happen. But while they're taking their time, I'll just, I try to write down some things before I film a video just so I have something to talk about when my opponent takes forever with a quick ball. Oh man. Okay, well, there was their plan. And yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do if they get this Dragapult VMAX. Oh, please don't tell me they just wiped me. Please don't. Oh, jeez. Are you kidding me right now? They just took all my energy in one turn with 2 Crushing Hammer and a Giratina. That is nuts. You know how people talked about we should ban ADP? Well, now they're talking about we should ban Crushing Hammer because of stuff like that. So I have no energy. Are they going to attack? Oh, they're going to attack. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad idea because they just need a Tool Scrapper or a couple Zigzagoons and they win. Okay, well, I'll ditch that. I have 2 energy left. And I mean, if they just have an energy, they win. So I know I should have played this differently, but I mean, come on. So I can... Charizard, do I need to get anybody? There's not really much that I can do right now. I can get Reshiram and Charizard and just use Outrage. Because, hey, that's actually the only thing I can do. So there you go. And... yeah, I was planning on doing some things. Miraculous Duo heals all the damage. I was planning on using that to heal all the damage. And they just need an energy. They can use Bite and they win. But I was planning on using Miraculous Duo to buy myself an extra turn to heal all the damage. You only need 1 extra energy. So you need 4 energy on the Mewtwo Mew to use Miraculous Duo for its full effect. And it doesn't have to be a Psychic Energy. So you just need 2 Psychic Energy and you're good to go with 2 Fire Energy. Unfortunately, they hit Giratina, double Crushing Hammer, and my hopes were dashed. Oh, and yep, while I wasn't really paying attention, they got the win just with Scoop Up Nets and Zigzagoon. So let this be a lesson. If you think you're going to face Dragapult VMAX, don't cut your Jirachi. And I'll go to game 2. And I lost the coin flip again, and they have a Mewtwo Mew deck box, so I don't know what that means. Is this going to be another mirror match? I cut the Jirachi GX thinking... if it's a mirror match, hey, it is a mirror match. So all I need to do is get it Incineroar, figure out a way to get it in the discard. But, this could be really bad, but I can just win this turn, which is kind of funny. You just need Incineroar, or I could use Reshiram and Charizard. So this could literally be a 2-turn game. Oh, and they have the Jirachi. They know what they're doing. Okay, so I think, is it even worth going after the Jirachi? That seems really dumb. And great, so this is bad. This is really bad. Do I go after the Jirachi? I can knock it out, and there's a helicopter going over, that's fun. Okay, and the thing is still overhead, tried to wait it out, but if I Great Catcher the Jirachi, that doesn't really help me. So I think I'll just Dedenne and hope. Because they're in a position... Hey, there's Indeedee. Okay. Yeah, I still don't really have anything I can do. So I'll drop the Indeedee. I'll play the Pokégear. There's a bosses. I think I'll pass on the bosses. So I have an energy in there. I'll ditch the Switch. I know that... Actually, that was probably a bad idea. I probably should have just... gone for it. Actually, no, it was a great idea. I'm a genius. Okay. So I'll get Reshiram and Charizard. Alternatively, I could go for Muk Alolan Muk, but I can't use that this turn, so I'll just go for Reshizard. And then this way, if they don't manage to get the things that they need, then I'm fine. Okay, so Crushing Punch. And this is why you play the Zigzagoon, is because if they hadn't have gotten the Jirachi down, I would have done 260, and then a Zigzagoon would have done the extra 10. That would have been a knockout. But as it stands, they just need that Charizard-GX. Unfortunately, I can't show it, but for 4 energy, you do 300 damage, and it's amazing. And it looks like they're lining themselves up for that. So they just need a Cherish Ball and... Oh no, because they use the Hearth. So they would need like a Dedenne in their hand, plus a Cherish Ball. And there's the Horse Psychic Energy, so they can use Flare Strike. Okay, do they have a way to discard it? If they don't have a way to discard the Charizard-GX, then I should be okay. Or... Oh, they're just going to use Darkest Tornado. Okay, that's fine with me. It's going to be quite a bit of damage. So they decided to go with Darkest Tornado. I'm not going to say that's a bad idea, because it's a pretty good idea. So if I don't get a Welder off this Pokégear, then I just lose. That's insane. This is going to be a 3-turn game, regardless. You know, if I win, it's going to be in 3 turns. If they win, it's going to be in 3 turns. That's one of the issues with the Pokemon card game right now, is that games end so quickly when you have 3 prizers. And there's Victini. Okay, so they've got their Victini. I could try and drop like the Incineroar here, but I don't think that would necessarily do anything for me. And they are still going. They're having some great draws here. I am not. You know, I really hope I don't top deck a Dedenne or something, because I can't use it. And part of me does kind of wish there was more fire energy in the deck. I know it plays 10, and that might seem like a lot, but let's say that Pokégear was a Dedenne. I would have to Dedenne the hand, and then I'd have 7 energy in the discard pile, just like that. And you don't play Energy Retrieval, you don't play Fire Crystal, and... So they have options, and there's the Charizard-GX. Just an easy 300 damage, knocks out an ADP, knocks out a Mewtwo Mew, knocks out every tag team unless they have a Big Charm on some of them. And I would assume they're getting a backup Mewtwo Mew. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I have to hope for a lot of things on my turn, or else I just lose. But, you know, I don't like playing a deck for a video and then having it lose. But if I lose against the same deck, then at least it shows off one way or another that the deck is good. And if I had the cards in my hand, I'd go up with Indeedee. Indeedee's pretty good, but I don't have the cards in my hand, so it's all up to you, Reshizard. And didn't I say it? So I would have 7 in the discard. I could hope that I think I just have to hope. There's a boss. How many bosses do I have in the discard? I have 0, so I may as well get it. So, yeah, this is just going to be a Dedenne and hope kind of situation here. And I am going to have to use my GX, which is unfortunate. So there's the Welder. So let's get somebody. So if I'm using my GX, then I think Naganadel is the smart option. And yeah, it'd be great if you could bosses and Welder in the same turn, but you can't. So I'll get rid of that. And yeah, I'm pretty much just relying on Reshiram Charizard now because I have no energy left. And I didn't get a reset stamp. So what can I do? And yeah, like I said, I don't have anything left. So 2 reset stamp. I need the reset stamp. That is pretty much how this game is going to go. Is I need a reset stamp. So let's go for it. I have 17 cards left in my deck. Let's see what I can do here. So I will quick ball that. Go get that. And I think I'll save the Zigzagoon and the Eldegoss. Mewtwo and Mew. Actually, yeah, that was stupid. I should have used the Cherish Ball for the Charizard. I'm thinking about a million things right now, so let's go. I think I'll keep that in there. I'm just trying to do the math in my head. Yeah, I'll keep that in there. Is the research in the discard? It is, okay. So I will Dedenne and... Oh, that's right, I used Dedenne already. Well, another mistake. Okay, well... You know, that's just what happens sometimes. Sometimes you're not paying as close of attention as you should be. But I don't really think it matters. You know, it'd be great to have that bench spot to use Dedenne next turn, but... I mean, they're just going to... Probably Spreading Flames. I can use Welder to put the energy on the Reshiram. I can't really do anything else. They're going to bosses. That's a weird decision. Probably the Indeedee because that has a 2 retreat cost. Okay. That's an interesting decision. So... Please tell me I have a bosses left. I do. Okay, so I might be able to bosses. I can't knock it out, though. If I would have saved my energy, I could have. And do you want to see something really sad? If I just had an energy, I could do some things, but I don't, so... So I have 2 switch, 2 reset stamp. Do I just let the Indeedee get knocked out? I think so, right? Or... Because I can't retreat it. I can't really do anything except this. So I need reset stamp. Okay. So I can flare strike. But then they come up and hit me. They've used their GX. They would probably... I don't know. How do I think this is going to end up? I don't think I can win. I can take a knockout. I can flare strike. I have the... Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go for it and we're going to see how this ends up. Because I can heal the damage. Do I want to heal the damage, though? That becomes the question, because I can use Outrage the following turn. That would be a question for a smarter person. Do I use Indeedee's ability? I don't actually know, and I don't think I have any supporters left in my deck. But I'm just going to do this in case they reset stamp me, because deck plays 2. So I can Outrage. I can... Bosses next turn. How much damage would this do with 3 extra energy? 30, 60, 90, 180. That wouldn't be enough. I think I just have to go for it and hope that I top deck a switch or something. Yeah, sure, let's go for it. Let's play it loose. Let's see what happens. So there's Mewtwo Mew, and is this going to be... Hey, the Incineroar was prized. So they've used their GX. I have 1 prize left. If I had a Mewtwo Mew on the field instead of a Reshiram Charizard, that'd be great. And if they don't reset stamp me, I'm in a great position because they'd have to take the knockout. Because I have the bosses. Maybe I shouldn't have burned those Pokégears. You know, I've definitely made some misplays. But things did not work out for me at the beginning of this game, and I didn't think I'd be in a position this good. So as long as I have the bosses, I'm totally fine. If they decide to snipe one of my bench Pokemon, that's also fine. They don't play Crushing Hammer. They've used their GX. I think I should be okay. Regardless of what happens, I will be going to another game, but I don't know what... I don't think there's anything they can do besides reset stamp me. If they reset stamp me... yeah, they do have the reset stamp somewhere. So if they stamp me, and I don't get my bosses, that's bad. So they decided to do nothing. Hey, I got my reset stamp, and that's game. Oh, it's not game. Well then, the plot thickens. But what are they trying to do? I don't understand what they're trying to do. So I will heal now. I may as well thin anybody, doesn't matter. So I have a switch. I think I just outrage and hope? I don't know, this is weird. I wasn't expecting them to do nothing, but I guess that was their one play, is that they just do nothing. But now I have Flare Strike available to me, and bosses. So maybe healing that damage was a bad idea. You know, I got too excited. You know, I saw victory at the end. And the reason I shouldn't have done that is Outrage would have been more powerful. But if they're just going to use Are they just going to... Oh, they're going to bosses. I see what they're doing. Okay. They're going to bosses and then Venom Shot. Okay, that's really smart. So I need to top deck my Switch. That would be great. And that accidental benching of the Dedenne was a terrible idea. So they'll just bring up the Indeedee. They will Venom Shot the Reshiram. Oh, what? Oh, that's unfortunate for them. Give them the well played. That's unfortunate for them. For some reason, they didn't bosses. I don't think they played a supporter that turn, did they? Yeah, they didn't. They didn't play bosses, so I guess they just assumed I had a switch or something. And there's the reset stamp, so I'll knock out that freaking Jirachi that cost me the game. But that was a crazy comeback win. I was not expecting that. And let's see if I can see their deck. I can't. But that was a pretty good game. I made some misplays, but I still won. That's a sign of a great player, and I'll go to the third and final game and see if I can get my second win. And for the third game in a row, I lost the coin flip. But I think this video has had pretty much everything except for me going first. And just so I can show it off, I'll be putting the Incineroar in the active. This is perfect. Let's see if it actually does anything. I don't think it will. And, oh my... How? How is this possible? The first game, I cut my Jirachi, I queue up against Dragapult, it has a weakness advantage. The final game, I'm like, hey, I put an Incineroar in the deck. You know, I know it was the right decision, but still, it's annoying. But I put the Incineroar in the deck. Let's see what I'm facing. Oh, it's Inteleon. Great. Freaking Inteleon. Who would have knew? And, I mean, if I top deck a Giant Hearth, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm getting rid of some really good things with a Dedenne or something, and I don't want to do that. So if you could give me a Giant Hearth PTCGO, that'd be great. The deck plays 3. Just give me something I need. That's a Victini. That is not something I need. And if I put it down, it's kind of a liability. So I'm just sort of... Yeah, this is a horrible position to be in. I do have Crobat, so that's good. I don't want to stamp them. I mean, I wish I... Oh, wow, they got rid of a bunch of things. So clearly they don't know that I'm playing Mewtwo Mew, and... Yeah, this is bad. There's the Hearth I wanted. Oh, this is from bad to worse, right? So I will put the Hearth down. I'll put the Mewtwo Mew down. I will do that. I will get rid of the Zigzagoon because that should never see the field of play. And yeah, let's see if I can turn this around. Okay, so the good news is they don't have anything going on either. The bad news is there is no bad news. This is amazing. Oh man, the exact card that I needed, I top decked. Thank you. I'm going to finally use Incineroar. Okay, that's fine. So Grand Flame, attach 2, and then I can use Flare Blitzer if I need to. And I actually don't mind if they, snipe all day, because I have Darkest Tornado, I have Miraculous Duo, I have Outrage. So I have a bunch of options available to me, and hey, Incineroar V coming in clutch. But it's really a question of, is a 3 energy, 90 damage attacker, is that better than, 0 damage but you get to attach 3? Which is better? And so I'll do that. Get 2 energy, and then I might use, if I get a bosses, hey, oh man. So I might use Flare Blitzer on that one. So yeah, I mean, they could get themselves out of this, but I should be okay, because they've been focusing all their attention on the Mewtwo Mew. They haven't been focusing on the Incineroar, which is what they should have been attacking. And it only does 30 damage to itself. How much damage does that do? Off report is 130. So they would need some things, that's for sure. But I'm feeling confident. They are having a very bad start. And if they just concede right now, this is still going in the video, because that would be hilarious. And to finally talk about what I've been trying to talk about, because Mewtwo Mew can only copy, actually I'll bring it up, because it can only copy GX and EX, and the Sun and Moon days are over, so we aren't getting any new Pokemon for it to copy. So the possibilities right now are limited, but as long as Welder still exists in Standard, which it will for, another 11 months, this will always be a good deck. And yeah, so I guess I'll just get another Mewtwo and Mew, because I'm not going to have that much. Yeah, so I'll just get another one. I will Hearth another energy away. And this is exactly how you're supposed to draw it up, right? So I will Grand Flame, take a knockout, attach 2, and yeah, I don't think they can really do anything to knock out this Mewtwo and Mew, but I don't really want to take a chance. And this is crazy. The deck plays 10 fire energy. I have 4, 6, 8, 10. So all of my energy is either on the field or in my hand, and Incineroar V made that all happen. And here is where the game gets interesting. So they can take a knockout this turn. They do need a way to retreat this, and they do need 2 energy. Okay, they have a way to retreat it, but they need 2 energy. That's definitely not 2 energy, so that's basically just game. Because I'm going to knock out the Inteleon V. I guess I'll put the energy here. And this is insane. This Incineroar just went through an Inteleon deck that didn't have anything going. But that's still pretty crazy. They went a little... I can't really fault them for anything. They used a Dedenne turn 1. How's that bad? But I think they ditched a Crobat and a Keldeo off that early turn. They had a research. I mean, yeah, they had good cards in their hand. They tried to push the issue, but you can't fault them for that. I mean, I would have done the same thing probably. But that was crazy. So to sum up my thoughts, I mean, the list isn't that much different than what you've seen from all the top decks, but I added the Incineroar V. Do I think it's necessary in this deck? No, despite what you've seen. Yes, it's the MVP. There's the MVP. But I think you're going to have to wait until this gets Incineroar V Max. I think that would be great, because right now this deck gets ruined by Obstagoon. Obstagoon with Big Parasol is just insanely good against this deck. So if an Incineroar VMAX ever does release, then I think this definitely has a place, and then it has a place for Incineroar VMAX. As it stands, I don't think you have to put it in there. I think the deck is pretty much the same before Champion's Path as it is after, and that's because Victini V is, I guess, a little bit better. Spreading Flames, it's for a single colorless energy, so you can use a Horror Psychic energy if you need to, you can use your fire energy, and you attach up to 3 fire energy from your discard to your Pokemon in any way you like, and that is really good. And then Energy Burst can put some huge damage into play if your opponent puts a lot of energy on their Pokemon, like a Zacian V or something. So is Incineroar better than Victini? I would say no. I don't think you need to put Incineroar in your deck. If you do, let me know in the comments how it goes, because as you saw with me, the first 2 games, it did absolutely nothing. I mean, it was prized till the very end of one of them, but in the final game, it wasn't that I needed it in the deck, or that I needed it up front. I put the energy in the discard to show off Grand Flame. So unfortunately, the Mewtwo and Mew deck it's pretty much the same. Incineroar V, not necessary, but I'll leave it up to you to try it out. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but again, if it does, let me know below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another deck. I don't know if it's going to be ADP with Rotom Phone or something else, but we'll see. I'll see you then.